When retired journalist Lucas Warren returned to his quiet Montana cabin, he expected peace, not police sirens, a scheming HOA president, and a corrupt senator's deadly plot. But with his daughter's camera rolling and a governor's fists flying, one day in Pine Ridge uncovered a conspiracy that could shake the nation.
The situation had already set off alarm bells for Lucas Warren. The propensity for intrigue is something that never leaves an investigative journalist, even in semi-retirement. The turn of events at his cabin and Martha Klein's strange behavior were symptoms of a larger conspiracy. Lucas set the folder down and leaned back, eyes shifting between the governor and his daughter Emily. "Governor," he started, "when someone like Martha Klein gets involved with something this shady, it suggests the stakes are much higher than preserving the aesthetic charm of a community." Governor Bobby Morrison nodded, reaching into his pocket to produce his own small set of documents. "Lucas, what I'm about to show you needs to stay between us," he continued. "Someone high up is removing their obstacles, metaphorically, but also potentially quite literally. Your property is one of several in a multi-phase project hosting a secret dome designed for military technology showcase to international buyers." Lucas blinked. "A dome, here in Pine Ridge, and Martha's Pinery Ridge Development Corporation is the front?" Governor Morrison nodded gravely. He showed Lucas an aerial map marked with covertly coded zones, possible transport routes strategically crossing through scenic environmental lands. This corporation's name wasn't spelt wrong. Her intention was misdirection. "The facility requires a secluded site with limited oversight by federal authorities," Morrison explained. "The bigger the lie, the more they buy it," Emily echoed, paraphrasing an old adage she often heard from her father. Lucas grunted acknowledgement. "That's why Martha reacted to your presence. She didn't dare cross you," he concluded. The gravity of the situation settled in as silence embraced them. This was serious. With local law seemingly ensnared in orchestrated ignorance and possible collusion, trusting conventional channels could backfire spectacularly. "So, what's the next step?" Emily asked, camera momentarily forgotten. Governor Morrison responded, "For starters, this recording of Martha's actions is golden. It'll help us unravel her network, track Pine Ridge's dealings. We also need to loop in federal authorities we trust." With that, they crafted their plan. First, securing Lucas's property with discreet intelligence agents, then ensuring Emily's footage was logged safely where hostile eyes couldn't erase it. Morrison had allies not swayed by local influence. They'd leverage legal avenues to stall Martha's machinations as they worked on deeper investigations. Lucas finally felt ready, in familiar terrain, facing down corruption. His daughter's astute awareness and Bobby's political clout might be enough to unravel this new kind of war on integrity. Lucas, Emily, and Morrison weren't just exposing corruption, they sought to bring foresight and transparency, preventing a looming breach of freedom. After years of global storytelling, Lucas was ready to write a defining chapter, uncovering a domestic conspiracy hidden among pines and lakes. Who knew retirement would be this exhilarating? Lucas Warren's morning was a whirlwind of unexpected tension and revelations. As a retired journalist, he thought his days of intrigue were behind him, but his past was now knocking persistently at the door. He had returned early to his cabin after a tip-off about a potential threat targeting him and the governor, Bobby Morrison. The threat was nebulous, but Lucas couldn't shake the unease, especially since Governor Morrison was scheduled to visit that day. Inside, Emily, Lucas's daughter and aspiring journalist, had her own scoop. She played a voice recording she'd captured of Martha Klein, a woman wrapped in suspicion due to her erratic behavior and connection to Senator William Cross, a man known for exploiting power to silence threats. The voice recording revealed Martha's desperation to save her brother Derek, who apparently fell into a dangerous entanglement with Cross's criminal undertakings. Lucas realized his prior expose of Derek Klein might have unintentionally tethered the siblings to Cross's corrupt realm. Governor Morrison, visibly shaken by the revelations, acknowledged the depth of Cross's scheming. The implications of Cross's influence and Martha's distress painted a picture far graver than political rivalry. As the conversation unfolded, the outside world thrust them back into urgency. Emily's footage had gone viral, inadvertently exposing the governor's location. Lucas's cabin became a nexus of attention, and a convoy of SUVs arriving epitomized the escalation. Emily was quick to document events as they happened, her journalism instincts refusing to falter under pressure. Governor Morrison braced himself against his security's insistence, defying their calls to return to the capital. Lucas felt the wash of worry grow heavier. The SUVs were not Morrison's security detail but federal agents led by Agent Sarah Rodriguez. Her presence with the FBI's Public Corruption Unit signaled the situation's seriousness. Rodriguez didn't waste time with formalities. Her stance was firm as she explained the breadth of threat facing them, entwined with Cross's manipulative scheme. Lucas and the governor were pulled into a tumultuous revelation. Derek was working undercover for the FBI, embroiled within Cross's money laundering operation nestled under the guise of rural property development. Chaos spiraled as unmarked vehicles, linked to Cross's private military network, closed in. Agent Rodriguez orchestrated defense maneuvers, their sanctuary now a besieged fortress. The cabin's basement became an impromptu strategic hold as bullets pounded upstairs. In that dim cellar, Rodriguez revealed Derek's double life from her laptop. Financial webs and power plays unfolded, underscoring the operation's scale. Governor Morrison's trust in his surroundings had been shaken to the core, the cozy cabin now an epicenter of federal conspiracy unraveling. Emily's phone rang. Derek Klein, palpable with urgency, hinted at Cross's advanced timeline for disaster. His call steered a direction of hope amidst fierce desperation. Derek divulged Cross's plan to frame him as an extremist fall guy. Agent Rodriguez rallied tactical teams for imminent intervention as Derek fed them essential intel. His recordings, amassed over years, were gold dust to connect dots beyond Cross directly to higher echelons. Despite threats looming overhead, Lucas and Emily didn't falter. The journalist spirit and resilient defiance entrenched in their characters propelled them forward. Emily encapsulated the gravity in her resolve. "Dad, no matter what, we fight back." As Derek coordinated from his vantage, the countdown escalated both to societal justice and survival. Rodriguez's team needed to intercept Cross in the nick of time, armed with Derek's insight. Lucas Warren, Governor Morrison, Emily, and Agent Rodriguez stood as unlikely allies against a potent adversary linked by decisions made, fortunes interwoven, and stakes laid bare. The narrative was an unfolding clash where integrity, family, and duty collided with shadows of corruption. Lucas found himself back in the throes of the journalistic journey he once knew, facing peril with the same zeal that carved his career. The clock ticked, the inevitable reckoning perched on the brink of reality woven by courage and bolstered by truth. The unexpected hero narrative takes us on an exhilarating ride where the protagonist, Lucas Warren, a retired war correspondent, finds himself embroiled in a deep political conspiracy. The story delves into the intricate layers of deceit woven by Senator William Cross, whose perpetrated crimes range from conspiracy, murder for hire, to money laundering. Lucas accidentally gets drawn into the maelstrom of political treachery alongside his daughter, Emily Warren, and Governor Morrison, whom he once saved. Their investigation reveals Cross's sinister plans, exposing his manipulative rule which extends through fake HOA harassment schemes and financial malpractices. Emily Warren, a budding journalist, leans on her skills to live stream raw evidences which eventually gains viral traction, bringing national attention to their circumstances. Her brave tactic becomes their inadvertent shield against Cross, whose arrogance blinds him to the actual reality of the digital world. Accompanying them is Agent Rodriguez, whose tactical prowess aids in navigating through the hazardous ordeal of unmasking Cross's heinous network. The gripping narrative depicts the escalating tension, as the group faces an increasingly perilous situation driven by Cross's ambition to eliminate every opposition. Ultimately, the standoff culminates into a dramatic showdown at Crystal Lake, the designated scene of Cross's demise where the supposedly foolproof plan of the corrupt senator meets its breakdown. Governor Morrison valiantly turns the tables, delivering a blow of justice. With the aid of Derek Klein, who turns out to be an undercover asset, they capture vital evidence implicating Cross and his co-conspirators. Emily's footage transforms into a historic documentation, setting precedents in citizen journalism. Following these events, the narrative reinforces that justice nested in determination prevails even among the most intricate conspiracies. The denouement is bittersweet. Cross faces life imprisonment, and Emily blossoms into a reputable investigative journalist, while Lucas finds unexpected romance and tranquility after the storm. The unexpected hero narrative reflects the themes of courage, integrity, and the perpetual battle for truth within a world overshadowed by corruption and deceit. It leaves readers contemplating the unyielding resilience of those who stand firm against oppression and deceit.